Give me the first line. What is it?
Leo.
Leo. What house does Leo rule? Fifth. Fifth. Put a 5 there so you always know that. Okay, and then the next one is what? Cancer. What house does Cancer rule?
Four.
Good. You guys are getting it good. 4. Next one is what? Gemini. Gemini rules what house? Third. Good. We're coming down. The next house is what? Huh? Libra.
You got Gemini / Virgo.
Oh, good. So we got 2 houses that rules it. Well, first Gemini only rules 1 house.
Okay.
Gemini only rules the 3rd house. So what's the next thing after that?
Libra.
No, okay, Virgo rules the 6th house. Okay, right up here, see Virgo? Okay. Next one is what? Libra rules the 7th house. It just moves around the chart. Aries is always the first, right? And what's the Scorpio's house?
8.
8, good for you. And then the 9th house would be what? That's my sign, Sagittarius. Okay, and then the 10th house is what? Capricorn. 10th, all right? And then the 11th house would be Aquarius. What's it rule? 11th house, I just told you, 11th, right? And the last one is Pisces. It rules the 12th. So now, does it mean that when you do a chart,
Scorpio.
Scorpio's 8th house. Huh?
There is no second house here? Second is Taurus.
Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio here, 8.
Okay.
8. Put 8 there. Is that where you're putting them?
I did.
Okay, good. Okay, now let me ask you, because I gave you these rulerships of these houses, does that mean that when you do a chart, you're going to find those signs in those houses? No. Because they go 24 hours a day, they go completely around, don't they? So if let's assume you're born a Virgo, and in her case, her Virgo and her sun are up in the 10th house. You see it? So you don't know where they're going to be, but you also know that if it's up here somewhere, the sun in that chart, she's born what time? Noon, good. If she's born midnight, where's the sun going to be? Down at the bottom. If she's born 6 o'clock in the morning, roughly, eastern angle right here, rising in the east, called the ascendant. It means that the sun is ascending, it's coming up. And the descendant is over here, the 7th cusp. Is that all making sense now? Okay, now, we're going to keep on this. Look at, it's important you do this at home and you study. Now, I'm going to send you a couple tests, maybe 2 or 3 tests to work on, because these are areas you want to make sure you understand, okay? The tests are not for me, they're for you. I could have given them to you in the room today, but I don't want to do that to you. I want to make sure you're solid on it and you're getting it before we start giving you any testing. One of the things I came to conclusion was this week is I need to get back to some of the more basics. Okay, I want you to get the fundamentals good. I gave you the fundamentals of the planet symbols, where they come from, the circle, the crescent, the cross, and what this all means. This is so important for you to understand it, because you're understanding right now, you're starting to understand the most complex psychology ever written. You know, Freud and Jung and all of them basically have tagged onto this stuff, whether Jung admits he has, he knows it. But a lot of the psychologists, and Julie, you're into psychology, you would have never known astrology talked about these aspects, would you? The soul, the spirit, the conscious, the subconscious. This goes back thousands of years. And what have they done? They've adopted it and gave it a name, and they make it into their own psychiatry and psychology. That's good, though. I'm not criticizing it, but it shows you that this root's been there for a long time.
I wanted to mention my sister-in-law is a psychologist in Miami. And whenever she works with and she just can't get to the bottom of it. She just can't figure this person out. With the clients, okay, I do the chart to see where the problem, where it came from.
Exactly.
Was it the mother? Was it the father? Was it sex abuse? Was it whatever?
Exactly.
And I'll call her back and I'll say, sorry, it's not her mother, it's her father, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that's how because your karma is your chart.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what karma is. It's not like if you kick the dog, you're gonna have bad luck. That's BS. It's American karma. It's not it. Your chart is your destiny, and your destiny is your karma. So whatever these aspects are, you have to live them somewhere, somehow, because in this life, it was given to you. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're not interrupting, I appreciate it.
I just kind of get kicked, you know.
No, I'll put you up here in front, don't worry, I
I
don't
mean-
apologize for that.
I mean, I get a little carried away, but.
You know what? A
but
good
it's-
astrologer's gonna get carried away,
Yeah,
you know, because they have the enthusiasm and the
yeah,
keep to be aware of what it's about.
yeah. You can also too, if you meet someone, you'll find when you keep reading and learning, when you look at someone's first 5 planets, that's your personality planets, the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars. 5, that's what your personality is. If you just look at those, and if you watch someone, that's a great way to learn astrology, because you'll see where a moon in Virgo is with this, and you can see it. You know, if their Venus is in Sag, say if their Venus is in Sag and they're, okay,
Mine is.
they're not always the most faithful people in the world.
No, you're
You
right,
know,
you're right, I
but-
spent a
but
lot of
if you
years
have-
learning that.
But if you have a Venus in Taurus, that person's never gonna cheat on you, because it's a Taurus fixed sign in your ability to love.
Very good, very good. And stop talking about me back there.
I have a Venus in Taurus.
Very
Very
well.
good.
Yeah.
That
See?
came up in my chart.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't
So-
this fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't this fun?
And-
Now, you know, see, I said, I'm very honest and very open, I'm a Sagittarian, but I went through years. You know, I've been married a few times, 4, at 75, 76 years, I guess I've covered the ground. And, you know, I have to say this, and I say it in total open frankness, and I know I'm being videotaped, but I've been married to Elena for 25 years. It's the only relationship I was faithful in, the last 25 years. Yeah. How could I go anywhere else, huh? How could I look anywhere else? But the whole point is not to denigrate my past marriages. You know, it's just that I was just driven, you know, that way. Yeah, and it's not to make excuses for it. It was not right, and